that in the picture? Not for your consumption. It is not at all what this is for. Alright. Test. We've got Ascension tactics. INFERNO. We're doing the what are we playing? We're playing the Rat King. Yes. Scenario. So this is supposed to be very much like straight Ascension. You can't see all of the board right here, but essentially there is the same marketplace area for cards that you will purchase. We all start with the same cards. But in this version we have standees or minis. Here's my Arbiter of the Lost. And they're gonna go out and there's different objectives. We're still getting the honor. I think that's what you call it. So we'll still get the honor for taking out the bad guys, which they also have their own standees and or minis. You can get minis for these. It's the Rat King that we're going to be fighting. So there's various mechanics, obviously, that change or get added in for the purposes of game flow and just the new mechanics that exist. So let's just get into it. Well, the AI deck is ran by this deck here, which I will be drawing from every AI's turn, and it pretty much tells you what to do. So I'll be spawning on this side, AI spawning over there. I don't know why. These guys out. We don't need them just yet. Alright. So. Alright, so here on the map, we have where we're going to be having this duel. There are some significant spots on the board. You see those? No. Where are they? These things are treasure chests. They have some kind of a boon inside of them, which if I capture, I'll be able to add to one of my champions, but if the AI captures it, then it gets added to the Rat King. Actually, one of the functions of this party of bosses is deploying these fiend rats or something that they're called. Giant rats, yeah. And their entire purpose is to go out and collect those things. So I'm going to try to get a couple of them. But then over here, don't know if you can see, I just smacked myself in the face with my own mic. Look at me go. Where you see these icons here, underneath actually. So these correspond to the specific bad guys that we'll be fighting against. And it's part of the mechanic of how the AI deck works. Explain it after. But underneath of these are, how are they called again? Honor shrines. And being on one or having more characters adjacent to it gives us control. And then we will gain 2 honor being in control of an honor shrine. We'll get 2 honor. And yeah. I don't think we get honor for... I don't think we get honor for destroying other champions. I'll double check that though. Alright, so let's just get into it. I'll draw my first hand. Okay. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, I've got to pull out the market row here. Does that keep happening? Alright, so the first one is the Wolf Shaman. Gain the currency, a rune I think it is called, and draw a card. Doesn't want to focus. Whatever. Okay, so that's the first one in the market row. Pasithia's Katana, Enlightened Construct Ambush. Put Pasithia's content into your hand. Your champion equipped with these constructs have +1 movement. Oh. So we can move up to 3 spaces each turn. Cost 2 movement points to go through these forest tiles here. So that's part of the strategy we have to bear in mind. So that's that card for the market row. Next we've got the Fear Wielder. Void hero ambush, ready one of your exhausted champions. Gain 3. Void allegiance. Once this turn, you may ready one of your exhausted champions. Ooh, that's nice. The art's really nice. In this game and all original Ascension games. Excavation Sentry. Void hero. Gain 3 attack. You may return a void card or 3 power from discard pin to your hand. That's kind of cool. It's kind of weird. Oh, look at all these void, and I have pretty much a void squad. Arbiter Circlet. Did this already pop up? No. When you play Arbiter Circlet, you may banish a card in your hand or discard pile. It's +2/+2 onto one of my. It does not. There it is. Just need to center it. Chamber Monks. Draw 2 cards. Dude, if you like walked into a room and that's what you saw, that'd be crazy. That's nuts. Alright. We got the market row set up. I think what we'll do is we'll start with the AI turn. I'm going to give this one last shuffle. So this I think is called the Scheme deck. Don't quote me on that. It's a weird light. Let's see if I can fix that. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gone now. Looks gone. Alright, so we'll get the AI to go first. So we'll draw a card. I'll talk a little bit about what else is on the card. Alright, so this is called Enlightened Corruption. So it's got a number there. And if a card is ever drawn and there is that number of cards in the discard pile, then they do the bottom as well as the top. But this is the first card in the discard pile, so 8 is not line up. Scheme. Banish the center row after I just went through talking about all of those cards. I have to now get rid of all of them. Deal 2 damage to each player champion for each enlightened and fallen card banished this way. You know, I'm not even going to do that. Or maybe I should. Damn it. But I don't have any dudes out, so it doesn't do any damage. It just takes out all these cards. I'm going to ignore that. I don't care. House rules. Because the house rules. This is not a democracy. Alright, so what do I got in my hand? I've got 4 apprentices, each providing me 1 purchase power, and 1 militia, which gives me 1 power to activate my guys. I also have what's called the Blue Gateway, and once per turn I gain 2 power. So in total I'll have 3 that I can use to activate one of my champions. Now you'll notice on my champions here, on my champion cards. Oops. Oh. Of course my finger is covering it. Too close. There at the bottom you have attack. Second number is how much power it costs to activate them. So that's what we'll be working with. Alright, so 4 apprentices give me the ability to buy something for 4 or less. There's quite a few 4s out there. I think I'm going to go with Fear Wielder. So ambush means I want to say it means that if the card that replaces this one in the market row is also a void, then I get to do what it says there. Otherwise, it's just gain 3 power and void allegiance, which means if I play another card this turn that's also void, once this turn you may ready one of your exhausted champions. Oh, this is a really good card. I like it. Alright, so that will go in my discard pile with my apprentices. I now have 3 power that I'm going to use, and I'm going to activate my Arbiter of the Lost, and he's going to start right there. You know what? I do it like this. Doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, okay, so I'll start there. I can move up to 3. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go into it. Maybe it won't be Arbiter of the Lost just yet. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Slay, explore. 2 cards of the quest deck. When you complete a quest, place a Devour Soul token on the Soul Snare. Hunter. Devour Soul token. Oh, those are the... Okay, nice. Or the Clockwork Sentry. Yeah, let's get him out. Clockwork Sentry. Alright, so he can start in there. He only cost me 2 power, but I don't have anything for 1. So now we're gonna move up 2. We're gonna go straight into there. Now we can't go any further because it takes 2 movement points to get it to move into the trees or into the forest tiles. It doesn't cost anything to come out of it extra, but come see, come saw. Oh, and for that ambush of the last card that I just got. It's a fallen champion, so there's no ambush effect. Alright, so that's my turn. I don't have any power or runes left, so my turn is over. So we'll go to the AI's turn now and flip over another scheme card. We got Catastrophe. Each player destroys one of their equipped constructs, and then command red. Wonderful. So I don't have any equipped constructs on any of my dudes, so that does nothing, but I will command red is the boss. So that's going to be the Rat King. Who's got a move of 3 as well. He's going to go this way. 1, 2, 3. I just want to look at his card real quick here. Refamiliarize myself. So every time he surges, I place a giant rat on each unoccupied honor shrine. Then command all rats, giant and Dio Fiend. That's a 7/7, and I get 5 honor for wiping him out. Alright, alright, alright. So we've commanded him. He's made his move. He's not adjacent. You know what? Actually, he'd probably go 1, 2, 3 right into that treasure. Yeah. That makes sense. If we're gonna run the AI, we're gonna run the AI here. Alright, so he scores... Oh, look at that. Is that ranged? Or does that take ranged away? Alrighty, we find an icon. I don't like that it's that X in it. I understand that it is ranged up to 3 hexes away. I just don't know if it means it takes away. It has an X, so I'm going to say it takes away. Ranged if you had it. She doesn't. So we will not quibble over something that is effectually relevant. End of that coffee. Okay. So that goes back to me. So I'm going to draw my last 5 cards. And we've got the exact same hand. 4 apprentices and a militia. So let's see what we have. We can spend up to 4. Now I'm running with Void. When you play the circlet, you may banish a card in your hand or discard pile. That's going to cost me 1. Alright, so I'm going to take the Arbiter Circlet, which costs 1. You will replace that with Druids of the Stone Circle, Lifebound Hero Ambush. Gain 2 runes. You may place a hero you acquire this turn on the top of your deck. Oh, I like that though. Yeah, okay, so we'll take that one. So that's 3. Let's see, do we pop over a 1? Of course we don't. Watchtower Golem. Ooh, gain 4 power. It costs 5. Alright, so those are the purchases. And now I have another 3 to activate. I'm going to activate the Clockwork Sentry again. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. Collecting this dude. He gains +2 movement. Look at that. Look at that. So he can actually keep moving, can he? Yeah, I can move right into this one. Alright, so that's going to give me 2 honor. Because I end my turn next to, or actually right on top of, a honor shrine. Wunderbar. Okay. So that's the end of my turn. I go to the AI. We're going to flip this over. It's another 8. Lifebound Corruption. Banish the center row. Deal 2 damage to each player champion for each lifebound and fallen card banished this way. Ah, man. Fallen card and lifebound. Okay, so there's 1, 2... 2 that meet that criteria. So that's going to be 2 damage to my Clockwork Sentry. And I don't think damage carries over. There it is. Doesn't carry over. Good to know. Where's that card? Right here in front of me. Okay. So he takes the 2 damage, but he's going to heal at the end of that. And there's no command. So, that's why 3. Got 3 in the discard. So there's like a little grace period, I think, in the beginning of these schemes that allows for you kind of to prepare. It's like easy mode, I guess. Alright, hold on. Alright, so we banish the center row. Clockwork Helm. When you play it, +1/+1, it's a construct, and you gain 2 runes. That's cheap, it's only for 1. Pasithia's Mace. This looks badass. Makana Construct, Ambush, put Pathea's Mace into your hand. +4/+4. And it only costs 4. I like it. Void Defender, here we go. Void Hero, gain 2 power. Your champions have +2 attack. It's pretty badass. Black Watch Elite, gain 2 power. Void Allegiance, you may banish a card you have played this turn. I notice there are a lot of those. Angelic Ward, Enlightened Construct, equipped champion has +1 movement and costs 1 power less to command. I like it. That's what we need. We need something that's going to cut cost down to 1 so that we can potentially play or activate 2 champions on a turn. This gains 2 power. Your champions are not slowed by forests. Oh. Should have gone Lifebound, maybe. Just love the void. Alright, so that's our new center row. Pretty cool. AI's turn is finished. So now I am shuffle my deck. Deal 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did we get? Alright. Got ourselves 3 apprentices, which is going to provide us currency or runes to make purchases on that market row. We also got 2 of the new cards that we got. A Void Hero and a Lifebound Hero. So first we've got Druids of the Stone Circle. Gain 2 runes, so on top of the 3 I already have. I gain 2 more, and I can also place a hero I acquire this turn onto the top of my deck. And then I got Fear Wielder. I gain 3 power. And Void Allegiance. Once this turn, I may ready one of my exhausted champions. Very nice. Very nice. So that's a total of 6 power and 5 runes. So I like to make my purchases first. What do we got? What do we got? 5 to spend? Oh. Damn it, I forgot. We discarded a lot of them here. I really want this one. Or Ogo Courier. So it's gained 2 power, and your champions are not slowed by force. I think this would be a good card, especially at the beginning of the game. 100%. So that costs me 3. We will immediately replace it. Pasithia's Scimitar. Oh, shit. Oh, no way. Costs 4. Does +1/+1. So that's expensive for just that. But it also does your champions equipped with Pasithia's constructs of double attack. Wow. Alright, we need to beef it up. Alright, I've got 2 more that I can spend. We've got a Void Hero here. Gain 2 power and Void Allegiance. So we're going to gain that one for 1. And then we have another one over here. When you play the Helm, gain 2. I like it. Yeah, we'll gain that as well. We replace that with Whisker. Gain 3 power, 3 runes, and give a champion plus 3 movement. Cost 7. Okay. Okay. The Blackwatch Elite that I gained is a hero, and because of Druids of the Stone Circle, that goes to the top of my deck. So a guarantee pull. Next turn. Like I haven't. It's a depressing realization. Alright, and I get a total of 6 power to make activations. Well, let's get some big boys out of here. I think I am going to... Sidranus... No. I'll spend 3 to activate Arbiter of the Lost. And he is going to move here. Start his turn. So that's 3 for him. And then 2 for Soul Snare Hunter. Every time he slays, I look at the top 2 cards of the quest deck I explore. When you complete a quest, place a Devour Soul token on the Soul Snare Hunter. Oh, very cool. He's going to activate, and we'll move him up straight this way. So that leaves me 1 more power to use, but I have no use for it. Wonder, yeah, I should be keeping these, yeah, for sure. All right. So there's that turn over. I am going to collect 2 more honor for controlling that spot. Back a little bit. There we go. To it. All right. Alright, so it's the AI's turn. Draw the next card. Supercharge, Command Red, and Surge. Ouch. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is command... So the Rat King... So it doesn't have specific rules in regards to the giant, the Rat King, I should say. But it definitely makes sense that he's gonna walk over to the Clockwork Sentry and give him a schmack. So the Rat King is doing 7 damage to my 5 defense. So that is going to defeat my Clockwork Sentry. So we lose control over that Honor Shrine, unfortunately. And then Surge is really cool. Russian, I know. No. Now we're going to have to drop one of these rats on every unoccupied Honor Shrine. Okay, we're gonna pretend that these are rats, but they're really evil pugs. Like, dude, it's literally a nightmare right here. Nightmare fuel. Got some crazy pugs that are gonna pretend like they're rats. Okay, so that is the end of the AI's turn. And it gets 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 honor points for controlling all 4. All 4 honor shrines. God damn. God damn. Alright then. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 new cards. Let's see what we got. Alright. So we got Black Watch Elite first. That's going to give us 2 power and Void Allegiance. I may banish a card I've played this turn. Don't need to worry about that right now. I also have 1 Militia and 3 Apprentices. So let's go with the purchase power first. 3 to spend. I definitely think we need this guy here. Void Defender, so he'll give me 2 power and my champions will have +2 attack. So that'll be helpful. So that's 2. And there isn't a 1 on the row, so we get no more. So that covers that stuff. So now I've got 3, 6. I got 6 again, which is going to be helpful. Alright, so we're going to spend 3 to activate Sidranus and command him. Now he says, if I command Sidranus, I may transform him into Sidranus Unleashed if there are 2 or more void cards in my discard pile. There are, for the one that I just bought. So I can transform him now into Sidranus Unleashed, which is a badass iteration of Sidranus. He looks badass. So he is now going to be activated, and what does that symbol mean? Reach a champion ability causes 2 hexes away and ignores line of sight. It's kind of badass. This champion may attack any number of enemy champions within range and reach. That's badass. Alright, so he is going to go and move up. I now have 2 more that I can use to activate. I'm going to go ahead and activate... Oops, I just covered up the wrong fucking guy. Soul Snare Hunter is going to activate. So 1, 2 into the forest. 3 to get me adjacent. To at least one of them. Otherwise, they're going to be just milking honor. Just milking it. That leaves me with what? 1. So I move Soul Snare and Sidranus Unleashed. Okay. Alright. So that's the end of my turn. We'll bounce back to the AI. 4 in the discard pile. Now it's 5. Void Corruption. How many are there? Void and Fallen. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 damage to each of my champions. So that takes out the Soul Snare Hunter. That takes out Arbiter of the Lost. Jesus Christ. And I have to discard the entire center row. Or banish it. Alright. New center row. Fear Wielder we've come across already. Blackwatch Elite. Gain 2 power. A banish card. I've played. Flying Fish Knight. I don't even know what to say about Buddy on Top. It's funny. Gain 3 power and give one of my champions Reach. Fallen Allegiance. Your champions with Reach can attack enemies up to 4 hexes away. That's pretty nice. Sisters of the Wind Enlightened Hero. Banish card your hand. Acquire Mystic or Heavy Entry for free and put it into your hand. Give a champion +1 movement. That's an Enlightened Hero. I like it. I like it. Dimension Diver. That's a superhero as far as I'm concerned. That's crazy. Gain 2 runes and then gain 2 power for each construct you control. Cool. And last but not least, Forge Mother Razor. Gain 3 runes, command an equipped champion for free. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, center row. If it could just stop getting banished, that'd be great. So that's now 5. And I'm drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more, so let's get this shuffled. It's kicking my ass. Oh, we got a score in points. That's 2, 4, 6, another 8. And they're at 8, so that's going to be 16, 5, 10, 15, and 16. Jesus. And it's first to 40. It's not going well. feel like... Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my campaign page here. What are you looking at? Oh, I was supposed to command all the rats. I'm sitting here and they're collecting crazy fucking points, but they gotta be moving. Alright, whatever. For the mistake, they've got quite the lead. But now they're all gonna get commanded, and they're gonna move. By proxy, they're gonna be moving towards these treasure boxes and applying whatever they find there to the Rat King, making the Rat King, who's out all on his lonesome here, and just kick ass. So they're all gonna move in the direction of 1. So let's say this guy goes 1, 2, 3. He collects this one. That gives the Rat King +2 movement. Wonderful. He's gonna move 1, 2, 3. Not close enough to get it. 1, 2, 3. The Rat King gets +3 attack. Jesus. I don't have no idea how I'm gonna kick his ass now, but whatever. 1, 2, and this one is gonna get this one. He also gets +2 shield. Wonderful. Alright. So now it is my turn. Alright, so I've got the Arbiter's Circlet, which gives me +2/+2. It's a Void Construct, and I'm going to attach it to Sidranus Unleashed, making him a 12/12. So he himself is quite powerful now. We've got a Lifebound Hero, Druids of the Stone Circle. It's going to give me 2 runes. And I may place a hero I acquire this turn on the top of my deck, which is pretty cool. Then I've got 2 more apprentices and a militia. Alright, so let's go purchasing power first. That's 4. 1 and... So I start with 2 plus 4 is 6. Or no, sorry, I'm combining things here. 2, so 4. Yeah, 4. I'm going to go Blackwatch Elite for 1, leaving me with 3. We've got the Magnetic Gauntlets. Can't believe I discarded. I had to banish all of those gear. Equipped champion has, after this moves, you may move a treasure or enemy champion within range 2 hexes towards this. Oh, shit. Magnetic Gauntlets. That's pretty cool. I've only got 3 though. There's this 2 over here. Banish card in your hand to acquire Mystic or Heavy Infantry for free and put it into your hand. Give it champion +1 movement. Okay. I'll take that one for 2, which leaves me 1, and I'll use that to pick up the Dimension Diver, which provides 2 runes and also 2 power for Arcana Allegiance. I can place a hero that I acquired at the top of my deck. Let's go there. Now I can activate for free. One, 2, 3. I gain this. Ooh, nice. +3 attack. So that's 3, 15, 10. It's pretty powerful. Oh wait, I can't even do that because he costs 4. God damn it. Alright, well, pay attention, Ryan, and shit like that won't happen. Alright. 3. Let's do Arbiter of the Lost. One, 2, 3. Let's see if we'll cut off that rat. So that's all I can activate. That's the end of my turn. I am feeling outgunned here by quite a margin, actually. Be that as it may, I don't collect any honor. But taking out some of those giant rats will give me honor, so. But I need to get some of my. I'd like to get Sidranus Unleashed up there. We'll take out the Rat King and just hold the fort on at least 2 of those. At least 2 of them. Alright, so we are flipping over the 6th card. 6th scheme card. Mind Feast. Each player discards a card at random. Alright, we're just going to discard the top card because it doesn't get more random than that. Discarding that bloody Void Hero I wanted. And we're going to command Moon. And that actually should be the 6th card, right? Yeah. And Moon is the Ravenous Gorf. At the start of the game, put a Devour Soul token on Ravenous Gorf. Slay. Put a Devour Soul token on Ravenous Gorf. Ravenous Gorf has a Devour Soul token on it, and it's defeated. Remove all Devour Soul tokens and return it to its printed defense instead. God damn. So these tokens are what they're talking about. A Devourer Soul is one of these. And it's pretty much a +1/+1. Anyway, he is going to activate. And he is going to move, let's say, 1, 2. Let's move him here. Alright. The AI controls 2 of those honor shrines by being adjacent to 2 of them and uncontested. So that's 4 plus added 1. That'll be 5. So already at 20. Already at 20, and I'm just letting the errors I've made go in its benefit, just to have like a rolling challenging difficulty. Right. Okay, so my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we've got Clockwork Helm that we are going to attach. It's a Mechanic Construct. Let's put it on Arbiter of the Lost, giving him +1/+1. And when I play this, I also gain 2 runes. So I've got 2 runes on top of 2 apprentices. So that's 4. We've got Void Defender, and all of my champions have +2 attack. And then the Ogo Courier, my champions are not slowed by forests. Fuck, man, I should have known that. Oh, I haven't activated yet. Nice. Good. And then I have 2 apprentices. So that's 4 to spend. Oh, I didn't. What's this market card? Ancient Compass. When you play Ancient Compass, draw a card. And it's a +2. Oh, it's a construct. Nice. Alright, so there's 2, 3, 4. 4 to spend. Let's see. This one at the end here. The one I just saw. That's pretty cool. Forge Mother Raisa. Command and equipped champion. 3. Take that one. For 4. All my moolah. Ogo Carrier. Uh, 2, 4 plus 2 is 6. So we have 6 power. So let's go ahead and move Arbiter of the Lost. He's gonna go 1, 2. So 1. Oh, yes, Arbiter. +5 attack. You'll go ahead and attack that rat. So those rats are just 1/1s. So defeated. I will gain 1 honor for defeating that creature. So that's the Arbiter. That was 3. I have 3 more. I will do Clockwork Sentry. And because of Ogo Courier, my champions are not slowed by forests. 1, 2. Move in there for 1 is 3. Oh, I would have gotten +2 for that too. It doesn't matter. Alright, so we've got some dudes out. And I like how it's going. Next turn we definitely have... Oh, you know what? I should have moved Citranus. Because now I'm going to have to wait for this. Ah, that was a stupid play. Alright, I'm going to clear my head because I need to rethink my strategy here. I'm playing quite poorly. I don't get any points for that. That sucks. Alright, quick smoke break. All right. AI's turn. Day of Dioful scheme. We're going to be surging. That brings the discard to 7. Damn. Gonna need more of those rats. Alright, so we're going to be dropping one of these on each of the honor shrines. And then we're going to be commanding them all. Alright, so 1, 2, this rat's going to get this one. Oh, look at that, +1/+1 to the Rat King. Insane. Insane in the membrane. He's going to move down. 1, 2, 3. That one as well. Takes away ranged. 1, 2, 3 is going to move that way. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. If there are no giant rats on the battlefield, play a giant rat to the villains. When a giant rat is commanded, it will always move towards the nearest treasure token. If there are no treasure tokens, it will move towards the nearest honor shrine. Any equidistant choices are made by the player. Similarly, when a Diophine rat is commanded, it will always move towards the nearest honor shrine. If multiple rats are commanded at the same time, the players choose in which order. Giant rats and Diophine rats do not attack when commanded in this scenario. Interesting. Alright, so he's already moved, and these 3 are already on honor shrine, so they're not going to move at all. So that's 2, 4, 6. That's 26. Getting my ass just decimated. Getting my ass kicked. Cold Cardboard, welcome. Sorry, my eyesight's not very good, and the computers are kind of far from me. I should have my tablet out if I gave this any forward thinking. This is Inferno. This is Ascension Tactics Inferno. This is the first scenario, the Rat King, and I'm getting my butt kicked. I've made some rule errors, though, just not paying attention, I guess, and it hasn't benefited me any making those errors. But here we are. They're at 26, and I am at 5. So it's fair to say we will be trying this scenario again if we continue losing. Alright, so it is our turn. So we'll draw our new hand of 5. How are you doing today? What's new and exciting? All right. So I've got the Fear Wielder that provides me 3 power, as well as the Blackwatch Elite, which provides me 2 power, both of which have Void Allegiance. The Blackwatch Elite allows me to banish a card that I have played this turn, and the other one allows me to ready one of my exhausted champions. Now, in this particular scenario, my champions don't exhaust, so neither of those abilities mean much to me at this moment. Did not realize it was solo. Yes. Yes, it is. It can be run solo or cooperatively, or you can play against people. I think it's up to, I want to say, 2 teams of 2. This is my first full run through of this scenario, though. Had it out on the table for about a week or 2. Just haven't gotten around to actually playing it, so thought I'd do that this evening. Alright, so there's 3 power just from that. I also have a militia and 2 apprentices. So, let's go purchase power first. I've only got 2. I don't have much options here. Ancient Compass. When you play this, draw a card. Enlightened Construct also provides +2 attack. What the hell is that? Using... Oh, stupid. Yes, I'm using the Droid Cam app. Wonderful. So I'll take that for 1. Replacing it with the Ogo War Tree. Lifebound Construct providing +3 attack, and equipped champion has reach. Lifebound's got some epic cards, man. Epic cards. I went void, but whatever. Okay, so now we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 power. So we're going to be able to control a few of our dudes. Clockwork Sentry is only a 3/5. He ain't going up against the Rat King. I'll move him over this way, and we will attack the rat, killing it and gaining 1 honor for that. So that's 2 from 8, so I have 6 left. I will activate the Soul Snare Hunter, and he will move 3. We're going to move this way and try to take out those rats. When you complete a quest... Okay. So that's 2 there, leaving us 4. We will activate Sidranus Unleashed. 1, 2, 3. Attack this rat, destroying him. And that'll give us another honor. So that's 7 in total. Making some headway. How does the deck building compare to Dominion? Dominion, because I would say Dominion in some ways has less variety than Ascension. But because of that, the modus of the game changes a bit, where, like, I know that there is variety in the market, depending on the game. But the variety in Ascension specifically, I think there's a greater degree of variety. But in a game like Dominion, I think there's more strategy than tactics. Like, tactics would be this game kind of on the fly, dealing with what you got, where where Dominion, you kind of have set route in your mind about where you want to go. If that makes any sense. I like both. I don't feel by playing one I'm also playing a game similar to the other. I think they're both unique and individual enough in their own way that they can stand apart. Like I would almost say Dominion has like it's almost like engine building. This isn't so much. This is more pure deck building. I don't know. That's just I guess how I see it. Alright, so we have activated Clockwork Sentry, Soul Snare Hunter, and Sidranus. So that's all my power. I was able to take out a few rats, which is helpful. And there's nothing else that I can do. So I will now discard my hand. And I am in control of one honor shrine. So that's going to be 2 more for me. So I'm up to 14 now. I'm only 12 away, I think, now. Yeah. Catching up. Here we go. Catching up. So that's the end of my turn. We are now going to draw Unleash Chaos. Oh, man. So its number is 16. So that is not the number that we're looking for here. Reveal a treasure from the bag and give all villain champions that bonus until the start of their next turn. And then command yellow. Wow. Okay. Pull one randomly from the box. Awesome. So all of the villains gain one of these torn souls or whatever you call it. So +1/+1. And they get +1 movement. And we're going to command yellow, which hasn't yet jumped on the board. That is the Sordid Asp. That, like, I don't know why you would call it that, but it is fucking ugly. They will activate and move 3. I love Dominion, but it's a compact experience. This seems like it's a broad and expansive in scope. I don't know how much it helps. It doesn't help the experience. Yeah, that's kind of the... Those metrics are fair enough to use, I would say. It's like the difference you would have playing Aeon's End. Also a deck building game, but the variety of the deck building aspect of it is there's a ceiling to it, right? So you try to develop, it's like chess, you try to develop strategies within the confines of the game that you know. Where in a game like this, because there's such a wide variety of cards that get thrown into the central marketplace, you're kind of doing it on the fly. You're like, oh, okay, so this is what's come up. This is how I'm going to have to pivot and build my deck. Those other ones, it's like you kind of know what you're getting into right from the get-go, so you need to have a set idea of what you're going to be doing next. At least that's how I would approach both of those games differently. Like I said, so this is the Inferno. Base Ascension is a great game. Lots of fun. This is, I'm trying to get into some wargaming, I think, and this is me. I've got a bunch of minis to paint, and I'm also getting more interested in the solo experience of board gaming. So that's one of the reasons why I purchased this one in particular. It came into my experience while I was on YouTube, just looking up videos and stuff, like big old nerd I am. Yeah. So I said, this is where we can begin. And there's a wide variety of champions you can choose from, broken down into their different, I don't know, classes, nature. There's void, enlightened, all that, Mechana. So I think there's like 16 different heroes you can choose from. Or champions, I should say. Alright, so we've moved the Sordid Asp. He has been commanded. Good thing Chaos didn't get unleashed because it surges twice. But that is now 8. So, let's start paying attention to the numbers on those scheme cards. Because, good chance we get our butt kicked. It sounds like shite outside. My God. Alright, so that's the end of that activation for the AI. We're not commanding any of the rats, so that's going to be just 2 honor. So we have definitely hindered their honor generation, taking out one of the rats as well as moving into adjacency to one of the shrines. So we're in contention for it against the Rat King, which is good. I'm not much of a war gamer, but the deck building aspect is Ascension tactics. My gaming group does love their dudes on that. Just trying to meet them halfway. Well, I would definitely say that this is the halfway mark. The base game comes with standees, but I do know that you can separately get the minis if you want. I have enough minis, to be honest with you, so I'm perfectly okay with the standees. You can only take playing Kemet so many times. That's funny. I think I've played Kemet once. I have a game like that, Seven Wonders. I'm not a huge fan of that game at all. I know it falls under, well, not even deck building. That's more, I don't even know what you would call that. Tableau building, I guess. Not a huge fan. One that I want to get back to the table as recently as possible is Vindication. That is a great board game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. If you haven't, check it out. Vindication. Epic game. It sounds shitty outside, like really shitty outside. Let me check the weather. Hold on. Oh, I was gonna check. Sorry about that. A new version of Vindication? Yeah, I want to say there is a mini version to it or something. It's not called Vindication. It's called something else, isn't it? I'm having a brain fart, though. Vestige. Yeah, it's Vestige. That's exactly what it is. Fortunately, there will be no more additions to my collection for the next little while. I've got a bunch of board games that need to get played. But I've really been enjoying Tabletop Simulator and what's the other one? Board Game Arena, I think it's called. Those allow me to enjoy in some semblance board games I'm not going to purchase. I just sold my Aeon's Aeon Trespass Odyssey. That was painful. Scaled it down somewhat, yeah. I don't think Vindication needs scaling down. I think it's a beautiful game. Beautiful game. I really liked it. Okay, so that's our turn now, isn't it? Yep. Draw a new hand. 1, 2. Shuffle. Three, 4, 5. Ooh, I like this one. We'll go Courier into Power, and my champions are not slowed by forests. Very nice. I also got the Ancient Compass. It's a light and construct. When I play it, I get to draw a card. Now, it is a construct, so I get to apply this to one of my characters. I'm going to drop this onto the Arbiter of the Lost. So he is now a 3/6. Oh, he's got a +5, so that's an 8/6. Very nice. We drew Blackwatch Elite. Gain 2 power, Void Allegiance. I may banish a card. Played this turn. We got 2 apprentices and a militia. Alright, so that's only 2 purchase power. I need to get more purchase power, I think. So we're going to grab a Mystic. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 power. I'm not slowed by them. So let's move Soul Snare Hunter first up to this rat, killing it. And we will gain another honor. So that brings us to we're at 14, 15 now. So it was Soul Snare Hunter, so that was for 2, leaving us 5. Sidranus is currently a 12/12, and the Rat King. The Rat King is an 11. 11/10. So I'm going to move Sidranus Unleashed. Oh, and he's got reach. So I think I can attack and then move for sure. So I'm actually attack the Rat King because he has reach. I can slap him from a distance. So we're going to slap the Rat King. That's going to kill him. That's going to score me a big 5 schmackaroony honors. That brings me to 20. And I get to discard one of his treasures. I'm going to discard his +3 attack. Get out of here. And then I'm going to move right on to... Actually, no. I'm going to move in between those two. Or wait. One... If I move... No, I can stay there. Because now it's challenged. Right? Adjacency and being on are the same thing. I'm pretty sure. As far as controlling a point. one is not better than the other. So I think that cancels itself out. So that was Sojournus for 4. That leaves us 1 power. Can do nothing with 1 power. So that will be the end of my card playing. And we're going to score 2, 4, 6 honor for controlling 3 of the honor shrines. So that's 5, that's 10, 25, 26 to 28. We've caught up. Okay. Next scheme card. Ooh, it came up in 8, so we're going to be surging because there's 8 in the discard pile. Alright, so first command Moon and then command the Rat King. The Moon is the Ravenous Gorf. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. And the Ravenous Gorf is going to six, 4, 7, 5. Actually, he's got a Devour Soul token on him. And he's going to take a shot at the Clockwork Sentry for 7. And that is going to take out the Clockwork Sentry. And he loses that. It's unfortunate. Now we're going to move the Rat King. He's just going to go from here 1, 2, 3. He's just going to shoot up right up the middle. Then we're going to surge. So that's going to be rats on all of these. And then we're going to command all rats. So the rats do not attack. But they are going to go after the last 2 treasures. There's +3 shield to the Rat King. +2 shield to the Rat King. So the Rat King currently has 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 shielding. So that's 15. It'll be very challenging to kill that. Alright, so that's his activation there. That's 9. And now we'll count up their honor. Got 1, 2 shrines that they control outright. So that's going to be 4 points. So this and then 2. So that's 3, 6, 32. Alright, they need 8 more to win. So I'm going to have to make some moves here. Alright. So that goes back to me. Got 5 cards. Up into the Muzak. What do we got? Agents. Alright, Druids of the Stone Circle. It's going to provide me with 2 runes, and I might place a hero that I acquire this turn onto the top of my deck. And then we've got the Dimension Diver. Holy Diver. He gives 2 ruins. He also has Mechana Allegiance. Ooh, if I activate my Mechana Void Champion, I will gain 2 power for each construct I control. I think I control 3 constructs. And then I've got 3 apprentices. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 to spend. And 2 power for activations and control. So 7 to spend. What do we got? Lightened Hero. Loa the Dreamer. Draw 5 cards. Banish Loa the Dreamer. That's kind of cool, but 9. Lifebound Hero, gain 3 and give one of my champions reach. Fallen Allegiance. Your champions with reach can attack enemies up to 4 hexes away. Oh, I already have one of these, I think. Flying Fish Knight. I think I'm going to go with this Mechana Construct. Yeah. So it's for 6, and it's got Ambush. So the card that replaces it is also Mechana, then I also gain a treasure. No, it's Lifebound Construct. Equip Champion has, after this moves, you may move a treasure or enemy champion within range 2 hexes towards this. So that's pretty cool. So I gain that for 6. And I'll just take this one. Druid's Wreath for 1. So when I play it, I gain 2 power. Cool. Both were constructs, so neither are going to the top of my hand. Ooh, Void Hero. Warp Rogue. A Warp Rogue. A Warp Rogue. I'm an idiot. Warp Rogue. Void Hero. Draw a card. I may banish a card in my hand or discard pile. Fallen Allegiance. Deal 3 damage to an enemy champion. Cool. That's a Void Hero that I am going to be eyeballing for next turn. Okay. And I get 2 power. To activate. Or 4, actually, because I get the Mechana Allegiance here. So I'm going to activate my Clockwork Sentry. Have a boost to its movement, but doesn't anymore. He's going to move 1 to Fowey. Void Allegiance, Clockwork Sentry has double attack, so we're going to bear that in mind. That's for 2, and then 2 more Soul Snare Hunter. Who's that guy? He's over here. He's going to move up 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's all I can do. Shit, I should have attacked with fucking Sidranus again. Just 1 attack, I would have taken out both of those rats. That's what I'm gonna do. Stop being stupid. Alright, so I have 4 to spend at the beginning. We're gonna do Sidranus Unleashed. He has area attack, so I attack any number of enemy champions within range, and I have reach. So we're gonna be attacking all of them, killing both. So that's gonna give me 2 honor, and then the end of my turn here, I now control those 2. So that's gonna be 4 more. So that's just going to be another red. I'm going to leave 2 there. Alright, so 10, 20, 32. 32 tied. But I'm going to say this is going to be the AI's last turn. Alright. So all those get into the discard. Now we will move over to the AI. Draw the next scheme card, and it's Dark Glory. 16 is the number we're looking for. Don't have it. We're going to command green, then immediately score honor shrines controlled by villain champions. Wow. Alright, so green hasn't come out yet, and it's the worst one. Corrosive Widow. Other than the Rat King, but this one is pretty nasty. My camera doesn't like dealing with that. 1, 2, 3. So not close enough. Immediately going to score the honor shrine over here for 2. AI is at 34. And it doesn't meet the requirements to do the very bottom. Dark Glory. That's a cool looking card though. Like the artwork. It's one thing I appreciate about the Ascension game. It's top notch. Okay, so it's gonna go to 10 now. Oh, look at that. We get another turn. Might be able to do it here if I'm smart. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, first we've got Sisters of the Wind. Enlightened Hero. Banish a card in my hand to acquire a Mystic or Heavy Entry for free and put it into my hand. So I'm going to banish the Apprentice. We're going to take the Mystic and put it into my hand. And then I'm going to give a champion +1 movement. Soul Snare Hunter will get +1 movement. Then a Fear Wielder, which provides 3 power. Void Allegiance. Once this turn, I may ready one of my exhausted champions. Interesting. I don't get exhausted, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and then I've got 1 Militia there, and a Mystic and an Apprentice. So, I've got 3 to spend. Oops. I'm going to take the Ogo War Tree. Ambush. Give a champion. Reach. Oh, Lifebound? Void. Whatevs. Alright, so that goes in there. It's purchasing. Now I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 to use. We are going to 12. I don't have enough to go against the Rat King. Corrosive Widow. Oh shit. I should have read this. So the Corrosive Widow reads, after Corrosive Widow is commanded, which happened last turn, place a web token on the player champion with the highest defense within range. So that would be Sidranus Unleashed. And then remove the web token when that champion is defeated or an allied champion ends a move on an adjacent hex. Web champions cannot move. Interesting. Well, that's okay because I'll get the web. Tokens for being webbed. So that will go on Sidranus. He cannot move. However, he can attack. Oh, line of sight. I think those tokens there. So these tainted hexes do not reach line of sight. So Corrosive Widow's going to get a smack right now for 12. That is going to be significantly enough to smack her. So that's going to defeat the Corrosive Widow. That's going to give me 2 honor. Oops. Also going to give me control of both of those. Okay. How much did I have to spend? 3 and 2 is 5. I just went 4. Please be 1. I lose the webbing because that character is defeated. So I can move if I want. I don't think I want to, though. Because I think the tainted squares. Taint. What? What taint? Let's see. Don't have enough power to activate anything else, unfortunately. Don't have any cards. That's going to allow me to do any of that. So that's the end of this turn. Count up. That's 2. So that's 8. I need 2 fucking honor to win. 2. Alright. Eye of Chaos is 8. Place a Deofiend rat on or adjacent to the hex. Alright, so Deofiend Rat is going to appear adjacent to the Rat King. Oh, wait, no. To that hex that has that symbol. Alright, so it can move anywhere adjacent to it. Let's put it there. So now it's going to contend against the one that I control. And now they're going to surge. So that's going to be there and there. Shit, that's why I should have moved. To prevent that. Alright. And it is 8 or higher, so each player discards a card at random. Apprentice. It's discarded. Right. There's 11. In the pile now, there's 11. I'm just thinking about my response. There is both explicit and implicit synergies in the games. The explicit ones are allegiances that you can have. So playing a card that has an allegiance to a particular nature class, whatever you want to call it, like Void or Makana or Lifeborn. So that's the explicit synergies, but mixing and matching. Right now I have a primarily Void champions, but there's a way of developing synergies with other classes in the game. So I think the degree of variety allows one to build their synergies, which is, the agency, obviously, just with the cards that come up. It's like a dice roll, and then you have to place that die. Have you ever played One Deck Galaxy? That's kind of what I mean. You can't really there's enough for you not that you don't control that. That's the agency element, if you follow my meaning. And they're asymmetrical, all of the champions as well. They're all very different and do very different things. Alright, so I don't think there's only the one there that they control. No. There's two. So that's going to be 2, 4, and those two are contested. Yeah, so it's only 4, so we're both at 38. Look at that. That was its chance. Now, if I play this right, I'll be able to win. Alright, I will draw my next hand. Well, that's what's interesting. Okay, I get what you're getting at. So there is a starting hand, everyone. So let's imagine for a second I wasn't playing against the AI, but it doesn't really matter. If I was playing against another person, we both start with the same hand. Mechanics are obviously different for the AI. They draw from a scheme deck. But in PvP, you're going to find that because you're each starting with the same deck of cards, you're trying to do two things. The mitigation is in banishing cards, usually those original 10 cards that you get, to increase the chances of receiving the cards that you pick up. To that degree that you're discriminating against the cards in your deck, equals whether or not you're pulling shitty hands. If you're pulling shitty hands, that means you're playing shitty, right? There's enough opportunity here to fine-tune your deck in a lot of ways. There's variety that comes up in the cards because it's never the same twice, but there is that kind of core mechanic that you're looking at refining your deck, right? So you're building it, but there's also cards you want to get rid of. Like I banished this Apprentice, right, which will increase the chances of me drawing a card that I actually do want to draw. So it's not a given that every hand is going to be great. That's part of your responsibility. So I think that also fills the agency element that I think you're talking about as well. No, I think the scheme deck so far has enough mechanics to it. It feels comfortable, like the Mythos phase in a lot of Arkham horror games, where you're drawing tokens either out of a bag or there's a Mythos deck and you're drawing a card and it changes some kind of element to the game. Yeah, there's enough moving parts so far that I feel. Win or lose, And the fact that I made it back into the game at all is hilarious. But I definitely want to play this again. I don't want to lose so that I get angry at the game and say, okay, now I'm going to kick your ass. And you can play with more than one person PvE and talk about. You can do champion drafting if you wanted to keep it random, or, well, not so much random, but different than just picking your champions outright. Or you could just pick your champions outright. And the difficulty level scales. There's a mechanic for that as well. I really feel like there's enough to it. There's enough to it. Unfortunately, previous Ascension iterations won't mix with this game. I'm pretty sure the original Ascension tactics that came out, those will work with this as well. And I don't know if they have any plans of making expansions for this or not, or adding new cards. That is kind of their MO, so yeah. Like, how many Ascensions are there? I have 4th year anniversary collection. I think it goes up to like 12 or something. Make a mortal enemy of the game to come back for more. Yes. Well, the AI had its chance now. Sorry, I'm drawing my hand. 3. Get this a shuffle waffle. 4, 5. Okay, we got ourselves a hand here. Interesting. Oh, Forge Mother Reza is going to get played. I gain 3 runes, and I get to command and equip a champion for free. Look at that. I am going to... I'm going to attack both those rats. Didink. Didink. That's going to give me 2 honor. And that's the game, Toots. 10, 20, 35, 40. So now, if I wanted to play this again, I could potentially change all of the champions that I wanted to use. I could draft them out if I wanted, making it somewhat random. I can increase the difficulty by dealing out some of these scheme cards to begin the game, so that we start using. So essentially, there's a number here. And if ever there is that amount or more of cards in the discard pile of the scheme deck, you also do the bottom. So you can start the game with 4 already in the discard, 8 already in the discard. So the chances of you pulling a card with 8 on it is pretty high, or higher than it. So you're already getting swarmed by 2 activities on the scheme card. So it's also 4-player co-op. I believe so, yes. Up to 4 players in co-op. Also 4-player PvP, 2v2. So it's closer to a skirmish than a full-blown war game for sure. Had a brain fart, massive brain fart, because I'm like, this is the neon mat that I bought extra with it. the neoprene mat. It comes with the cardboard version of it. It's double side. One side has a pre-printed kind of battle mat on it. This one is blank. Comes with space for all the cards. It's a well-designed game. 100%. Oh wow, it's a chunky box. Oh, it's nothing compared to most of the games that I have. It's definitely on the tiny side. So it's in my card. Just trying to determine if I pull the trigger or not. Well, if you got people to play with, Ascension is a great deck building game. Just on its own, I think Ascension Tactics, entering in this new dimension, this new dynamic of mini battling, standy battling in my case, just adds more depth. And I won by 2 points. So, and that's also with me making mistakes that went to the AI's favor. So, I definitely came back and did pretty good there. But we'll be upping the difficulty, I think, for the next run. Sure. For sure. The box, it's I'd say, 5 inches deep, and it's just the one layer. So, place for all the cards, and there's a bunch of tokens, but it all fits very nice and comfy in this box. As far as game components, it's pretty simple. Again, it's limited to the campaign elements for the solo run, but it comes with its own kind of PvP maps as well, and scenarios. That's the word. Sorry, I need to go smoke a dude. Yeah. Dudes on a map. Perfect. I would, if this is kind of something where you think it's midway between what you like and what your group likes, 100%. And if you really like it, it plays solo. I don't have but I liked Expeditions. I didn't play Expeditions. I played the its parent game. Its name is escaping me at the moment. I used to own it, but I had to sell it. But I heard Expeditions was good. The Russian mech game. Jesus. Brain fart. Time do we got? 9 o'clock almost. Alright. Cult cardboard. It's mini scythe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. I am going to raid out real quick. I got some friends that are playing some DVD. I'm going to go smoke a J and chill out for the remainder of the evening. Thanks for popping in, brother. It's a great pleasure to meet you. I guess just enough scythe. You got to like worker placement games, that's for sure. Battle guys on the map. Hopefully, I'll probably be around Saturday with more gaming. Or maybe, what day is it tomorrow? Thursday, Friday, maybe in the evenings for sure. I'll at least have a video game going or something. But the next board game probably won't be until Saturday. We're either going to be playing this or a solo run of something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Thanks for playing. Gives me a good idea of the game. Well, I'm one of the reasons why I do this. Try to get people to see games maybe they're interested in buying or have never heard of. Always love sucking people into the hobby. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna raid out. Let me just set that up. Alright. God bless. Thank you so much for popping in, everyone, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Because you didn't talk first, that's why.